Right, Carl, let's do a competition. Chance to win some of the product that we've got out that Carl doesn't want to talk about because he's too lazy.
No, it's not that. If it's,
well, if you do want to win a copy of this book, Ricky Gervais Presents The World of Carl Pilkington. It's by all three of us, and it's some of the musings and thoughts and ideas from the podcasts. Carl has got some new theories. It's illustrated throughout.
By Carl Pilkington.
By Carl Pilkington. It's got excerpts from the diary. They're genuine, aren't they? They're photostated things from the diary that people haven't seen, and it's fascinating read.
We can sign that. We can also give you a copy of this new 3-disc set CD of the best of. Is it the first series of the Ricky Gervais Show?
Yeah, well, it's got everything actually. It's got the whole 12 first series that we did with Guardian Unlimited, the award-winning, record-breaking podcast. It's also got some excerpts. If you want the best of, you can put that on. And it's got 1 hour of new material, which we recorded especially for it, but you can't get that. You can't buy that in the shops till the 13th of November. And I throw in the new Flanimals book, Flanimals of the Deep. It's the third in the trilogy, Carl. Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
And the question is, do you want them?
Okay, that's the quiz question.
That's the quiz question, yeah.
Okay. Is that a trick question?
No. It's just the first correct answer. I'm not going to go over what the correct answer is, but do you want them? And think what if you do want them, then that might what's the answer? And you can send that to
podcast@rickygervais.com. Include your name and address, and if you're the lucky winner, then we will send this stuff to you if you want it.
And it's the first come, first serve. Okay, so the first correct answer to the question. Do you want it? Do you want that stuff? Do you want Flanimals and the CD box set and the book and that?
Okay, well, if you know the correct answer to that, podcast@rickygervais.com. Good luck, everyone.
Well, thank you for listening to the first of these 3 special podcasts with Guardian Unlimited. The next one is out for Thanksgiving, 23rd of November.
We don't actually celebrate Thanksgiving. What is Thanksgiving?
It's a thing in America.
Right.
It's like the big holiday. Probably rivals Christmas. Probably bigger than Christmas in.
Well, what do we do here?
But we don't celebrate here, do we?
So it's a date, isn't it?
Yeah, but no one's going to remember that, are they?
23rd of November they can remember, can't they?
Yeah, but it's nice.
Well, they should remember that's one day before my birthday if we're going to celebrate anything.
Okay, well, you've got this one. The next one's the 23rd of November, and the next one's the 25th of December. Well, how can I remember 25th of December?
Well,
Christmas.
that's fair enough, that's Christmas, but Thanksgiving, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Okay, the next one's out about the 23rd of November, then after that, about the
day before my birthday.
Oh, they're going to remember that, aren't they? It's Steve Day in Bristol. Yeah. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this special edition of the Ricky Gervais Show, the entire back catalogue is still available on iTunes under audiobooks, by the way, not podcasts, audiobooks, and you can get everything we've ever done. I'd like to thank the guys at Positive Internet for hosting this. Those great guys, what would we do without them? So, it's goodbye from me, goodbye from Steve Merchant,
Bye.
and goodbye from Carl Pilkington.
The Ricky Gervais Show on Guardian Unlimited. The Ricky Gervais Show on Guardian Unlimited.
Welcome to the second in this series of 3 special free podcasts with the Guardian Unlimited, with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant,
hello,
and Carl Pilkington.
Alright.
These are a special thank you to all the fans that bought the last few podcasts we've done. Still available on iTunes. You can't miss it, it's at #1 in the charts. Carl, it's Thanksgiving.
I don't know what that means. I don't know why we're doing this.
I'm slightly in agreement with you, actually. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Well, no, but it was, arbitrary dates are easy to remember for some people. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Easy to remember.
I don't think Thanksgiving is.
Well, it is in America, and...
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you... I mean, I've been around for 30-odd years. I've never celebrated one of them. I've never done anything about it. No one has. I don't know any relation who has ever said, "Are you popping around for Thanksgiving?" No, I don't know, when is it? I've never done it.
Because it's not celebrated in this
So
country.
why are we celebrating it?
We're not celebrating it. It's an arbitrary date to do a podcast.
I just don't know what it's about. I mean, before you celebrate something.
You don't celebrate Halloween, do you? But we did that.
No, but it annoys me how people don't actually know what the occasion is, but they celebrate it. Kids don't know what Christmas is about these days. It's just like, oh, get some toys. That's
Yeah,
what I mean. So Thanksgiving, it's just another one, isn't it? It's another event.
Okay, why do you celebrate Christmas then?
Because everyone else does. You can't get
Brilliant.
away from it. I'd quite happily block it out. If I did a new diary, I'd leave out that date and go, come on, let's get on, let's do something good.
Will you go on holiday every 2 weeks? What's that to celebrate?
No, I'm just
But
saying.
people need a little break, don't they? You know, it's a great.
He doesn't.
Christmas is a great time. Even
Yeah,
if you
but
take
the
away the
problem
religious
is, what I
aspect.
don't like about it is everyone's off at the same time, so everything stops. See, what I'd do is, I'd say to people, do you like Christmas? Yeah. Right, when do you want to celebrate this year? And let them do it whenever they want.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Why? As long as you're remembering baby Jesus, does it matter when you're remembering him?
But I'm an atheist and I celebrate Christmas because it's a time of year where everyone is off and everyone gets together.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
but-
care what they call it.
The fact that we're all doing it at the same time is what's nice about
No,
it. There's a
it's
sense
not.
of community,
No.
national community.
Everyone shuts down by about December 15th or whatever. And then it doesn't get going again till like January the 6th.
But what is it you're missing out on during this period?
Just there's like 2 weeks there. I mean, that bit between Christmas and New Year, you might as well delete that out of the calendar.
Yeah, because heaven
nothing
forbid you
happens.
can't pop down the library because it's closed. all that reading you've got to catch up on.
I'm just saying that we're wasting time.
What are you doing that?
I've never seen anyone on this planet waste as much time as you.
was gonna
If you're
say-
not on holiday, you're following an insect around the fucking park. So don't give me that shit.
I'm just saying that I don't like fun.
Never a true
Well, there we are. We've got to the nub of it here. You don't like fun. This is true. You don't like anything.
almighty, you do not like fun.
No, organised fun. I hate that thing. I've said it a bit before about, you know, it's that date, that's what you've got to do. Will there come a time when someone goes, we've done enough of this? Will there come a time, and for Thanksgiving?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly, yeah. Things change, don't they?
And you'll be happy then, will you?
In 5,000 years' time, when we all worship Glong.
Yeah. Just make a change. That's all I want. Because, you know, I've been keeping a diary.
Yeah. What did you have in the calf yesterday, for example? We can read about that later.
It's just, like Ricky said, oh, are you gonna do, you know, another one next year? And I wouldn't, because it's, you know, you do the same stuff every year, don't you? It's set up the same way. January, February, it's the same thing, it's the same routine.
Yeah.
And if you're writing in
Why
a
are they
book,
always doing them in the same order, those months?
It sickens me, Rick. I
Oh.
tell you.
you see, it's just easy to put stuff off whilst we've got this calendar, whereas if you didn't have a date, you'd have to do everything straight away.
What?
Say if I was in charge,
Oh God, heaven forbid.
and
Yeah.
someone said, that building needs knocking down,
Yeah.
it's dangerous. If we didn't have a calendar, you go, let's do it now then. Whereas, because we've got a calendar, it's easy to say, next Wednesday.
I love him! His theories are amazing! I mean, I don't know, maybe he is a real visionary thinker. Maybe he is free. You know what I like about him though? All his thoughts, they're about freedom of expression in a strange way. He's not burdened by anything. He just goes, well, why do we think like that?
But
He
who-
questions everything, like a true visionary scientist.
But who gets a diary come Christmas time, which I know you hate, you know, for the next year, and thinks wow, what a piece of shit.
now I've got to
I'm
put
just gonna
something
do
for ne-
stuff when I want to do it.
I'm going to take out next Wednesday. There's no such thing
No.
as next
No,
Wednesday.
but what I'm saying is, before the year's even started, I know in that new diary I can whiz forward to December 25th and I go, another Christmas.
I don't know what you mean.
So everything's set in stone before I've even started the new year. It's like, oh, Pancake Tuesday, that's coming up. So someone's already
Remember, it's
decided.
Tuesday.
Someone's already decided.
Someone's already telling me what I'm doing on half of the year.
But
it'd just be
all those
nice.
pages
Oh,
are
fucking
blank,
hell.
Carl, for you to fill up with stuff.
Oh, guess what? Guess when my birthday is again? 23rd of September.
I'm just saying, move them about a bit, move the days about a bit so it doesn't get predictable.
But when we change Pancake Tuesday to Thursday,
Thursday.
do we tell anyone else?
Yeah, they do an advert on the telly, just saying don't forget to buy your pancake mix.
But
this
so
week it's
why?
Thursday.
Carl, why not just stick with what we've already got? Because if you're notifying
With that,
everyone anyway...
I wouldn't put a date on that pancake day anyway. Just have them when you want. Have it when you want. There's no big deal. You've got to make them yourself. It's not like some place is opening to do it. Have them when you want. I don't know why that's got a special day on it. Sick of it.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is based on new settlers to a new land surviving.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Carl in the week. We were talking about new settlers and everything, and I was thinking, imagine if you had to start a new settlement now, okay? There's something wrong with the world, okay? The world was kaput, okay? And we found another planet. So, Carl, if you had to go to a new planet, don't worry about starting life again. They've got sort of like these breeder clones that do all that, but you can choose 6 people from this world to take to start this whole new world, okay? So you need, you know, as I say, you don't need to
So
worry
what's
about,
happening here? Is this...
it's going to be wiped out, okay? It's going to be wiped out, but there's enough on this spaceship for you and 5 other people. Okay, and they've got them there. They've got these sort of breeder clones there, so it's going to be populated. You're going to have the workers, the drones, everything like that. But you want to take 6, I suppose, sort of world lords to teach, to lay down the politics, the teachings, the laws, the government. Okay,
I'd hate it. And how long have I got to make a decision on it?
to the end of this podcast. Right, go. Who do you take? Who's the first person you take, and why?
And where are we going? Mars.
Okay, so a planet where there's an atmosphere.
I've got to know where I'm going because I've got to sell it to the people who I'm asking. There's no point when I go, are you coming with me? Where are you going? I don't know.
It's just like this world. There's oxygen, there's seas, there's rivers, there's forests, there's animals. Okay, but we're going to populate it with the human race, and you can choose 6 people to lord over this new kingdom.
You want the best people for the job.
Yeah. So who's the first person?
Probably Patrick Moore.
Why? Why would you take Patrick Moore?
Just because he knows his way about up there, doesn't he? He'll know the way. So just have him. I think that will, whoever I pick next, if they see that he's going, they'll go, right, you know, it's going to be a long
Moore's
journey as
on
it
board.
is. You don't want someone who's going to be going, is it left here? Is it right? Do you know what I mean?
And he could play the xylophone on the journey.
But Carl is Moore the most useful person to have if you've only got 6, because he may be very useful getting to the planet.
No, but I've
once
always
you got
wanted to
there,
meet him as well. I've always wanted a chat, and that'd be a good chance, wouldn't it, when I'm in a rocket? How long's it taking to get to Mars?
I don't know, a year.
That's what I mean.
No, it's
so,
not Mars, it's somewhere else. Okay, so it's a year to get there, and then...
yeah, well, that's what I mean. So it's a good chance to have a chat with him about stuff.
So
And I think he'd be up for it as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think you know.
why do you think that?
Just because he's spent his whole life talking about what's going on up there, isn't it? And yet he's never been. And I feel sorry for him. You know, most people when they're into something, they get to go to a place, don't they?
Sure.
People who don't know who Patrick Moore is, he's an 80-year-old astronomer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So let him have a bit of a good life.
So Moore's on board.
Yeah, Patrick Moore. He's on. Right, out 5 others.
4 others now.
Jamie Oliver.
Why would you take Jamie Oliver?
Just food and that. You need someone, because they say that like you know, you can feel down if you don't eat.
He couldn't convince 8-year-olds to eat a carrot. What's he going to do in this brave new world? They're all going to be on turkey Twizzlers.
I think he's got the right attitude. He wouldn't be faffing about. Remember, we've landed now on this new world.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like. The people who've
Listen,
made me
I
go,
love Jamie Oliver. I think he's great.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't be in my 5 people to start a new world. That's all I'm saying. Nor would Patrick Moore, because he knew the way.
Well, what chef would you pick?
I wouldn't pick a chef. Why would I pick a chef?
Because you want someone who's going to, like I say, food's important. When you're low, there's nothing better. If you're a bit fed up, there's nothing better than having a good...
But Carl, I don't think you quite grasped that these people have to start civilization again. They have to be wise people who can make the laws.
Yeah, and before you do all that, you need a good meal. So Jamie Oliver, that's his job. It's like when we get there, that's when he kicks in.
Right.
He's the first one, really,
Can I
who
suggest
gets
something?
going.
just to save 2 places on Patrick Moore and Jamie Oliver, take a map and a cookbook. Okay, who's number 3?
What sort of state is this world in? Does it need...
Oh, it's going to take a fucking gardener. It's like
It's the world, but new.
it's that exactly. It's the world but new, untouched by humans. There've been no fossil fuels burnt, no machinery, no wars. Just this Garden of Eden. And you, Patrick Moore and Jamie Oliver pitch up.
Plus, who else, Carl? Go now. First thought.
Attenborough.
Again, he's a genius, and he's a bit of a hero of mine. But I don't know if we need Attenborough.
Just because I reckon if it's a new world, you're saying it's the same, but they always say, don't they, that all worlds are different. So I'd want him there, just to sort of, when we're roaming around, because we'll all stick together for a bit, won't we? When we're roaming around.
Then they'll be sick of the sight of you. They go, let's lose Carl.
But you've got 2 men so far who've got a combined age of about 150. I mean, if you're starting a brave new world, dare I say, not going to be around very long. Shouldn't you be taking some younger, fresher blood?
No, not really, because they haven't lived, have they? These have lived, and they can sort, and they're useful, like I say. Patrick Moore's done his bit, he's got us there. Oliver has cooked us a dinner. Day 2, I reckon we'd end that on day 1 there. We'd have a dinner, we'd all have a chat.
I don't think you're thinking of the future. I think you're thinking of the journey, and then the first night. Okay. So you've got David Attenborough, you've got Patrick Moore, and you've got Jamie Oliver, you've got 2 other places.
I get the feeling that you're not so much recruiting people for a new world as I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
As a dinner party with people you'd like to meet that you've seen on the telly. Oh. Come on, 2 more.
I'd text someone who's a bit daft. Just so...
No, you don't need to, Carl.
That's covered, believe us.
Yeah,
no, that's what I mean, though. I don't want them having to go at me going, why are you here? I'd point the attention somewhere else. To text someone else who'd sort of wind them up. So
who's that then?
Paul Denan, or someone like that.
It really is. I'm a celebrity. So you've got Patrick Moore, you've got David Attenborough, you've got Jamie Oliver and Paul Denan.
They're starting life again.
Okay then, brilliant. Oh God. Right, one more. This is amazing. This is going to be. I'd love to go back and visit this in 1,000 years. What teachings they laid down. Oh God.
Don't know. It'd have to be a woman. I think you've got to have a woman in that little group, haven't you? Could have another woman chef, or
it's mainly eating.
He's got that covered with Oliver, but now he's got to take Nigella in case he's in a cream cake kind of mood.
Oh God. Delia Smith was furious. She packed her bags and everything.
Or a nurse.
Now you're thinking.
Abby Titmus. Carl, I know you like to be kept abreast of all the latest breaking science news. Did you read recently about the blind mice that they have been able to make see again? And hopefully they're whatever they did, which allowed these mice to be able to see again, they're hoping to be able to do with humans in maybe about 10 years' time, or at least begin tests in 10 years' time, which is pretty impressive, isn't it?
How many of these mice did they experiment on?
3, probably.
Right. They were. It wasn't taking place in a farmhouse, was it at all?
I didn't read the intricacies of the.
Did they have tails? Did they still have their tails?
The 3 blind mice.
Because
I don't know. Again, I'm not sure. Well, what's your concern?
Well, I think I know what happened there.
Really?
Yeah, I think the farmer's wife probably got annoyed at them running after her.
Right. But how could they run after her? Because they're blind.
I don't know. I think they used a sense of smell and hearing. They could hear her clogs, and they followed the sound of the big fat clogs.
Right.
But they got their comeuppance. They lost their tails, so now they're blind with no tails. Is that not the story?
I think you confused.
Okay.
Another more recent story.
Okay.
With that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll leave that then.
I don't know,
Carl,
but-
thoughts though? that
Extraordinary, isn't it, to be able to cure blindness would be a remarkable achievement in science.
It is, but it's just that thing how they say they've done it on mice and what have you.
yeah,
If I was blind and I went in for the meeting with the doctor,
yeah,
and they said, "Do you want yours doing?" And then they said, like, "We've done it on mice," that wouldn't be good enough for me. I'd say, look, when the blind fella gets in, don't say we've done it on mice, just say we've done this on eyes. Because if he goes, what eyes? Just say just a pair of eyes.
yeah.
As soon as you say mouse's eyes, it's like, well, it's not the same. And it sort of, it would make me go, I'll leave it.
Yeah, and then you wake up and you can see, but you've got very tiny eyes right in the. You've put in mice eyes. I'm scared of cats.
It's just eyes. I think I just don't like having my eyes messed with, and even if I was blind, I wouldn't like it.
Right.
And I think mine are more active than most, my eyes.
What do you mean?
Well, I went for a what's-her-name, Steve, you don't know. I've had problems with my legs.
Oh, Christ almighty.
He's the same, what are you, 33?
He's a hypochondriac.
And you talk like you're a 70-year-old
honestly, the slightest thing, he's got time off work for this. We went to the dentist 3 times in 1 week. He goes, now his leg's rubbed 2 times a week for some reason.
I don't.
In and out of the kidney hospital, and they're going, there's no kidney stone, Mr. Pilkington. He's going, oh, right. Christ almighty, do some fucking work.
No, the thing is, I've been, in the last, 30-odd years, I've been working hard, and I've let my body get run down a bit.
How have you, you're 30, what are you?
33.
Right, 33, sorry to start off with such a hard question. But how have you been working for 30 years?
Well, I just have. I sort of, I got on with it.
At 3? At 3?
No, I'm
Well, you
just
didn't
saying.
get on with anything at school, did you? Because you were just pitching about.
Yeah.
You weren't working
Yeah.
out there.
What was the first job you got? How old were you?
I was 15.
Right, okay, so you've been working for 15 years then, okay, good,
Yeah, but I
right.
had my paper round when I was 10, didn't I? And that was hard graft. That's why I'm bald and that. Getting up at 4:30. It all adds up, doesn't it? All adds up. So anyway, when I kicked my height when I was a kid.
He always says this, like it's a classic story that everyone should know.
Everyone
and
knows,
also
like-
the phrase "kicking my own height."
Yeah.
Explain what you mean.
Just kicked my height when I was a
Kick
kid.
your. No one understands.
You
Carl.
kicked your leg up to the
kicked
height
me
that
like-
you were at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
if you
kicked
were,
my height. It's not a well-known phrase. You can't just go, "I kicked my height."
so you're 4.5 foot, and you've put your toe up into the air 4.5 feet by kicking?
Yeah, but I landed on my back.
Right, okay.
I don't
Imagine seeing that in the playground. They go, get Carl Pilkington to kick his height. I bet he falls over like a
It
fucking
wasn't in the
penguin.
playground. My dad got me to do it in the garden.
Brilliant.
But
So-
why? Why did
He
you fall
sold
over?
tickets, the neighbours were cracking up. Yeah.
Why did you fall over? Did you hit
I
yourself in the
didn't
head?
have to kick the height. I mean, my leg got high up, but I was that chuffed that I got that high, I didn't think of putting my leg down again.
What's it look like? What the fuck did that look like?
He's got to think it all through. I thought it was automatic.
No,
It stayed there.
You sort of stay balanced.
Christ
But you didn't
almighty.
think, well, I'm loving this. This is brilliant, but what should I do now? I got my leg up. I'll just keep it up. Whoa!
It looked like a Hitler salute with his leg. What were you doing?
So anyway, I landed on my back,
Yeah.
and I did some damage, I think. And it's because
Definitely.
of that.
You sure you didn't land on your head?
And it's because of that, all them years and what have you,
Yeah.
I've had like a trapped nerve in my leg.
Right.
So I thought, right, now's the time to have it done, because when you get older, I mean, it was the kidney stone thing. Once you've sort of looked at, death and what have you, it just makes you think, got to start looking after
Do you
your
think you
body.
could die of the slightly bad leg that you've had for 15 years?
Well, it
Do you
just,
think that'll eventually kill you?
well, it could do if I can't run away from danger quick enough.
Right. Again, you're thinking of Jurassic Park coming true.
Well, whatever though, I'm just saying, you've got
Yeah.
to look after yourself. You know, if there's anyone listening
could
out
always
there
hop.
who's got a problem, get it sorted.
I'll tell you
That's
what
all
though,
I'm saying.
if you have to fight off danger and you kick them, put the leg back down immediately after.
So anyway, I went to see this fella, to, like a professional, leg rubber.
Professional leg rubber. Yeah.
And he sort of said a few things that were quite interesting. Remember that time when we had a chat on the last lot of podcasts? I said, "Am I in charge of my brain, or is my brain in charge of me?"
Yeah, do you remember what I said? It's the most stupid thing you've ever said.
Yeah, well, listen to this then. So
Go on.
I go and see this leg rubber,
Professional leg rubber, yeah.
right? And he is professional.
Yeah.
Right. so
Remember, a leg rubber. You haven't said doctor at any
Yeah.
point in this
He's
conversation.
a leg rubber.
So this, whatever, however profound this is, it came from a man who is self-confessed professionally leg rubbing.
not just leg.
Does he do
back,
left and right, or?
back rubbing as well? He does it all. Right.
Right.
So I'm in
Professional
there,
rubber.
and I didn't mention about how I thought my brain was in charge of me and stuff. I'm lying there. He's bending me about and what have you. The first problem he came across is that my nerves aren't long enough for my
Right.
body.
I don't know.
My nerves aren't long enough for your body.
He was lifting my legs up and I was going, right, oh, stop that a minute, that's hurting that. He's like, what do you mean? He said, I've only got them like just about...
Well, that's your tendons.
No, but your nerves are in your legs as well, and your tendons don't hurt, it's your nerves that kick in. It's your nerves that make you go,
Yeah,
"That
but they
hurts."
hurt because your tendons are being overstretched.
Well, I'm just telling you what he said. Right, so he lifted the leg up, and I went, right,
Was
stop
this
doing
above a
that.
laundrette, this surgery?
No, it's a proper place. He had like towels and all that on
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's got towels
Oh,
then.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Definitely a laundrette.
so I'm lying there.
Other people's towels.
He's got towels, underpants,
yeah,
bras.
halfway through he said, you haven't got 20p, have you, for the dryer? Okay.
So I'm lying there, and he lifts the leg up,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that hurts a lot. So he said, oh yeah, short nerves. And I said, what do you mean? He said, your outside of the body is longer than your inside.
Right, he doesn't sound like a doctor. He does not sound like a
The
doctor.
outside of your body's
Yeah.
longer than the inside.
So he had me lying on my front and what have you, and he was sort of crushing me back,
Right.
and he was going, does that hurt? I said, yeah. It was like 48 quid this as well. Putting me through all this pain and what have you.
Well, you've got some good advice, though.
He said, you're pretty stressed, and I said, yeah. So it's, I've quite a bit of stress in my life. And I explained to him about the kidney stones and that. I said, oh, that's that.
He went,
probably-
oh, shut the fuck up.
He probably said that. He said that's where you were probably got a lot of tenseness. And
A lot of tenseness. Is that a phrase he used as a trained professional rubber?
He's a doctor. He's definitely a doctor.
So anyway, he said, do you relax much?
You haven't got any Lenore, have you? I want these sheets to come out nice and soft.
He said, do you, you should learn to meditate or something. He said, because you're all tensed up. We're living in a stressful world, as they tell me about it. So when I was telling him that I have problems relaxing, he said, that you're obviously the sort of person
Who's
gullible enough to spend 46 quid for this hokum.
He said, you're the sort of person whose brain is in charge of them, rather than them being in charge of the brain.
So all you did was you met a person as stupid as you.
Yeah.
No, but I thought it's interesting that this is what he does for a living.
Yeah.
And he picked up, that was the first visit, that's the first, I'd only been there about 22 minutes.
Yeah.
You get half an hour for 48 quid.
Right.
But, he picked up on that
Yeah.
within like 15,
No, he saw
20
a right
minutes.
fucking sucker coming. No, he did pick up on that, yeah.
But
Okay,
anyway,
don't go to him again.
The reason, I am doing, I've got locked into it, I've got to go at least another 3 times.
Why?
I'm trying
What
to
do
get
you
out of it. I don't know, I didn't realise that you have to have a minimum amount of things. So what I'm saying
I can't
is-
wait. Well, what's the wisdom he's going to come up with next week? That'll be brilliant. I will kind of, yeah.
No, but what I'm saying
Your
is,
blood's paranoid.
we were talking.
You've got jealous bones. You're the sort of person whose stomach's hungrier than you. What absolute fucking nonsense.
Do you know, like how we were talking about eyes, weren't we? He said, he said the thing is, you've got to be able to relax, and the way to do it is to focus. Right? He said, I said, what do you mean? He said, when you go to sleep.
You're the sort of person whose eyes can see further than you can.
He said, when you go to sleep,
Close your eyes and see. Instead of just leaving them open staring at the
But
ceiling.
Carl, keep breathing.
Yeah, keep breathing. Close your eyes. You're not dead. It may seem like it, but you're not. You're just asleep.
so he said,
Oh, fuck me.
he said, what you've got to do when you go to sleep, focus on your toe. Right?
Okay.
He said, and just think about nothing else. I said,
He's a witch. Did he say to put a toad under the bed?
no, he just said focus on the toe and see how you go on and what have you. Next time you come in, let me know. Anyway, I gave this a go, focusing on the toe.
So what does this mean? You mean you sat in bed staring at your toes?
No, this is it. He said, like, lie down,
Visualising
shut
it.
your eyes, and sort of look at it, sort of thing. So I was lying there, and it just wasn't working because
Oh, Carl, this isn't medicine.
I was
You
even
were
though the
thinking of a
eyes.
finger.
Well, no,
He found out he was thinking of someone else's toe. Next
It
day,
doesn't
someone
work.
called up and said, Carl, my toe's better.
no. The problem was I was still using my eyes even though I had them shut.
Oh God! Oh God! Just when I think he can never come up with something stupid, he
does that mean?
Oh God!
You were still using your face even though they were shut. What does that mean?
I was straining them. I had them shut, but I was sort of looking down at my foot.
You were trying to see through your eyelids at your toe.
Well, I was looking down, so I'm thinking that's where the foot is. Because of that, I was straining them and they were stinging, so I had to pack it in.
I'm gonna die! I am going to die! Right.
So if anything, this
okay.
guy's just made your stress levels worse.
Yeah,
That's
I said that to
amazing.
him.
That's amazing. Okay, if someone out there's listening, could you put in order the top 10 most stupid things Carl's ever said? And to me, that is number one. That is now number. Well, that's overtaken. Is your brain in charge of you, or is you in charge of your brain? Oh, that's amazing.